Welcome to Vibes and Frequencies. I'm Nathan, and recently I discovered how to truly alchemize my belief systems and to alchemy my beliefs. It sounds so funny when I say it that way, but this has been diving me really deep into the core of a profound power within me that has been manifesting my experience my entire life. So I'm 25 right now in the moment of making this video. And it's insane to look back and see all these different things that I experienced in my life story as things where I felt like I was powerless or like, how do I gain manifestation power to change this? I can see so clearly now that I was actually using my manifestation power to create it. And when you discover, like I recently have, how to actually use alchemy and what that means when you do the alchemy of beliefs that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, it makes it so that nothing ever holds you back again. Ever. Literally. And that's an incredible feeling because you're going to gain so much confidence and so much ecstatic vibe within you from what we're going to share in this video that you're just going to be really grateful you took a moment to just reveal this and reflect this to yourself, because honestly, you already know what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm just going to help to reflect it to you and help you to realize it a little bit deeper so that you can transform it and use this alchemy on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. So welcome back to Vibes and Frequencies. Let's go ahead and get started. When we look at what alchemy is, I'm going to explain it very simple because I'm sure many people here already know. You can search more about it on Google in your own time, but alchemy is transforming one thing into another. So many people have learned about alchemy in kind of like fantasy novels and fantasy movies when they're a kid, like turning one metal into this, like turning silver into gold, or, But the true alchemy, what's really interesting is that everything that we've known about alchemy, we learn about it in an external way. So there's all these different products and all these different spells and spell work and so much cool stuff that can happen. And you probably have been learning about it as you've gone through your spiritual awakening, that there's some really cool magic and intention rituals and things going on. Now, what we're looking at is we're seeing this as an external alchemy, transforming something into something else. But what's really cool is that what's actually really happening on the true level, again, diving deep into the core of what it really is in the manifested reality, is that what you're really alchemizing is something within yourself. All alchemy takes place within, and then it reflects outward. So if you want to transform this into this, which is a kind of funny example, this to this, baby. Well, then that transformation actually has to take place within. There is no change that happens in the external world unless it first takes place within you. You have to be the change that you wish to see in the world. Literally. There are so many enlightened people all throughout history that have at least had an enlightened moment to write or say something out like this out loud. And luckily it's been recorded in history so that we could reflect that to ourselves, right? But that's the truth of it. All change happens within. And that's why the key to understand that we're going to really dive deep into in this video really is the belief systems, because belief systems are something that you're carrying around with you. And I'm going to explain to you that your belief systems actually aren't something that are inside of you. Belief systems, the way I'm going to explain it to you in this video, is going to help you to transform this forever and stop giving your power away to things that is making you weak and unable to create the experience you want. Your belief systems are not inside of you. You may have thought you have belief systems inside of you that you need to dive deep within to find, but it's not true, okay? Not in the sense of this energy and this new empowering, basically key and activity that you're going to be able to unlock for yourself. They're outside of you. The beliefs are something that aren't you. They're outside of you. They're just floating around in this world experience that's like a video game that we came here to play. There's a bunch of beliefs all over the place, and you can walk around and pick one up and carry it around for a while. Then you can pick this one up and carry it around for a while. But the only thing that is within you is infinite, unconditional power. Raw, manifestation, life force, energy. That's what's within you. There's no beliefs within you. Those are things that you're carrying around outside of you, and you're staring at them and you're believing that it's you, but it's not. You are infinite. You are free. In this moment, you could be literally anybody. But you've got a personality, don't you? You have an idea of who you are. I know I did for a very long time, and I honestly still do because it's part of the human experience. But what I learned a long time ago, probably I didn't say a long time ago, I said, oh, what does he mean? A few years ago, I learned that who I thought I was actually just an idea that I came up with and agreed to based on my childhood and going to school and interactions I had with friends. And, oh, I'm Nathan. I'm the funny guy. Oh, I'm Nathan. I'm a theater actor. I make music. People like being around me. So I started to build a certain personality, for example, that I believed that people just genuinely like to be around me and enjoy my company. I gained beliefs that it's easy for me to make friends. I gained belief that I was the best actor on stage in my theater group. So basically, I realize some of these seem a little bit narcissistic, but the point is... The point is that these beliefs literally influenced my reality to the point where I experienced that. It was easy for me to make friends, literally. I'd be hanging out with people all the time who felt like, oh, I don't know how to make friends, like it's so awkward. And for me, I just believe that I'm a super articulate, fun-loving person that everybody wants to be around, and I experienced life that way. But there was a short episode of my life where I got really negative and really depressed, and I was really hard on myself, and I started to hate on myself, and I started to lose that self-worth that I used to have in that time that I was speaking about before. And what ended up happening is suddenly people had lots of problems with me. People didn't want to be around me. I wasn't invited places. I started to feel socially awkward. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say in the moment. I had like a 2-year dry spell where like I couldn't even get a girl to look at me the same way I was looking at her. Right? So I literally manifested that. And when I realized that my personality isn't real, it's not real in the way I thought it was. My personality was just a set of beliefs that I'd picked up along the way in my experience and started holding on to and essentially holding out in front of me. We take our beliefs and we hold them directly out in front of ourselves, and we navigate our reality and we walk around throughout our day. And when we introduce ourselves to another person or introduce ourselves to some kind of situation or something like that, we aren't actually introducing the real us. We aren't bringing who we really are to the table. We're introducing ourselves as this belief. This is my belief. Hi, I'm this belief. So the world isn't experiencing you as who you really are, and you aren't experiencing yourself as who you really are either. So when we look at what the alchemy of beliefs really is and how this power is going to impact your life, that's really the first step, is seeing how powerful your beliefs are and how much they can influence your reality, even to the point of how you identify with yourself and your personality, how you feel when you wake up, the things that you think about. The beliefs that you have about whether it's easy to make money or hard to make money, that is also something that will affect you. Literally. I had many different episodes in my life where I believed different things about money and abundance, and I always got a direct reflection of what my true core beliefs were at that time. So if you can realize that your beliefs really are impacting your reality that deeply, and realize that it's not just that you have to believe that your beliefs impact reality for it to be true, it just is. And that's the first acceptance that's going to be really important here. Don't resist the universe. Don't resist the nature of reality and the way that the mechanics work. If you can accept them, then you can start using them to your advantage. You can actually start using the mechanics of life to your advantage rather than pushing against them and resisting them. Because when you push against nature, you're going against it. It's like swimming upstream. It doesn't make any sense. You're expending and wasting so much energy. If you can accept that, oh, the stream goes this way. This is the way water flows. Gravity, downhill. Then you can put your arms up like this, and you can look ahead and you can see what's coming, and you can know that up here I'm going to go to the right, and then I'm going to go to the left. See, you have a much more expanded perspective when you stop pushing against the way that things work and you just accept it for the way that it is. So that's step one to the transmutation and alchemy that you can do with your beliefs and your belief systems and your expectations and your stories. That's step one, is to really just accepting the mechanics of how powerful your beliefs truly are. Step two is to actually realize that who you really are, again, like we already reflected on a little bit here, is this infinite potential, right? You could be anybody. And again, I use the personality as the main example because I think it's a really good one that can help people to realize, wow, I've been walking around believing that I was this person, but really I wasn't. I was holding on to an idea and holding the idea out in front of me. So that's why I use that example, because I think it's really powerful, because we all have a certain perspective of ourselves, but that's who you really are in the way that you're going to be able to transmute and use the alchemy of beliefs is how I mean this. Who you really are is a perspective. You're a choice maker. That's the key. You get to choose how you perceive an experience. This is what the alchemy of beliefs really comes to. But to get into it, I'm going to share a simple example with you about how you can alchemy based on your own choice. I just lost my job. I might say, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I'm running out of money. This is not a good time. There's a recession right now, right? Oh my God, I lost my job. Everything sucks. And you start channeling all this negative energy and you start building this vibrational frequency within you. Now what ends up happening is you start manifesting more and more negative experiences. And if you want to learn why that happens and the mechanics of vibration and frequency, you can totally check out some videos I've got tagged below, as well as Vibes and Frequencies Center for Learning, which is a new thing that has just recently come out. I'm very excited about it. That's tagged below. I recommend you do check that out. Now, stepping into this vibration and this frequency, as I said, it will manifest more of this for you, but it's not 100% relevant when we look at the topic of this video, the alchemy of beliefs. What we want to look at more so is that you could choose in that moment to experience that when you lose your job, or I just lost my job, you could choose to say this is a good thing. I'm so excited right now. I have so much free time to pursue the things that I love. This is awesome. I hated that job anyways. Man, having all this time off now, it really makes me realize I don't want to work a 9-to-5 for somebody else. I've got really cool stuff within me that I want to create, that I want to build, that I want to do. This is such a great opportunity. Boom. You start generating that vibration. You start building that energy, and that is what alchemy is. Now notice that you didn't use alchemy on the external experience. You're not alchemizing what happened. You're not transforming the fact that you lost your job and you're transforming into a new reality where you didn't lose it. No, you're transforming within. The perspective, the choice maker, the one who experiences and expresses more reality from itself. That's where alchemy takes place. You see this? It's in you. You choose how you experience something. Now, stepping into the next step of alchemy of beliefs, now that you see such a simple example of how this works, now you can start to understand that when a situation happens like losing your job, you might know, okay, I saw this video, I've learned about this in the spiritual community, I am the power, don't let this bring me down. You might know that, but you might have some beliefs that you've been carrying around that you're attached to so strongly that it won't matter that you know that doesn't have to be a negative experience, because your negative beliefs will come in and they'll be really intense, and it's basically this unconscious energy that starts to manifest. So you know that you could choose to experience this loss of a job as a good thing, and you might pretend and try to fake it for a while. Oh, this is good, this is good. But then when you start working on your new projects that you're excited about, and maybe it doesn't immediately take off, maybe you decide you want to be a YouTuber and make videos, for example, but it's not getting a lot of views, or people aren't subscribing, or they're not buying the product that you made or sell, whatever it is. And so then you go, oh gosh, see, I was right. This belief I had was right. This is not a good thing. This sucks. Everything's falling apart. I'm running out of money. Oh God. Oh gosh. See? So you use, in that moment, you use this negative belief and you actually build it and make it even stronger. You make that belief so much bigger when you bring it in that way. Your beliefs literally have no power over you and no control at all. It's you who chooses the experience. It's you that manifests it. And you know this now, And that's okay, that when your belief is so big that it might try to come in and influence your experience again, even though you know that you could choose an experience to be positive, now you can see that even when the belief does come in, and it might be one that's like really intense and hard, at least now you can have the awareness that it's okay. This is the true alchemy that I wanted to unleash with you guys in this video. All right. So I know I've been saying lots of stuff that might be confusing. So I just want to mention, let's let all of that go right now. Let's let all of it go. It's all just information. It's all just more blah, blah, blah. Let it go. Clean slate so that you can hear this fresh, because this is the true receival that was my intention for this video. This is what has been so powerful for me. This is what has transformed the way that I experience life. When that negative belief comes in, don't push against it and resist it. Don't try super hard to reprogram your belief. Don't try to say, oh, there's something wrong with me. I know that this is a limiting belief. Why does it keep happening? There must be something wrong, right? You might be experiencing something like this. Don't push against it or resist it, because when you push against it and resist it, you're giving that belief more energy and you're actually making it more powerful and even worse. The key is to just be okay with the fact that that belief is there in influencing your reality. When you just are okay with it and you don't resist it, you're not fueling it. And when you're okay with it, that's what connects you again to the vibrational power state that allows you to choose your experience. Here's an example. A pendulum. You've all seen it before. It's like a stand. It's got a string with a ball on it, and it just sits there still. But when you push it, or when it's swinging, it goes back and forth like this. Now, when it swings towards you and you get mad and you say, no, I don't want this here, you push against it. But that force and that energy you push it with makes it swing back that much harder. And then you push it again. And all you're doing is actually increasing the momentum that the swing has. That's the pendulum effect. Don't push against your beliefs. Don't try to do alchemy by pushing against them. Just simply be okay with the fact that they're there and give your attention and your focus in life to new beliefs that serve you better. For example, here's just a random one. I might have a belief that people will only like my videos if I talk about crystals. That might be a belief that I'd have, right? In some kind of alternate universe. Not this one. That might be some kind of negative belief that I'm carrying. So I could sit there and focus on trying to reprogram that or change it or transmute that belief. But the true alchemy and transmutation comes from accepting that that's there, being okay with it. It's okay. It's part of my story. It's part of my journey. It's part of my theme in life of becoming self-empowered and believing in myself, me, who I am and what I have to offer, and my own self-worth, not any external kind of thing, right? So I could realize that that's okay. It's just part of my journey to that self-empowerment and realizing how amazing I am, accept it, and then just simply give my attention to a new belief that does serve me. A belief like, by following my excitement and making videos on topics that I love, I'm going to succeed in life. I'm going to succeed in the way that matters most. I'm going to be me authentically. So I focus on that instead. And when this belief comes in and starts trying to swing and knock me off my course, I say, hey, whoa. Okay, brother, I see you. It's okay. Thank you. I accept and appreciate your existence. I love you. But I'm actually looking at this right now. But you're okay there. I have no problem with you being there. I'm just going to hang out with this for a while. This is what interests me right now. What interests me right now is pursuing my new passion and self-empowerment and discovering that I really can be me and succeed in that, right? That's the alchemy of beliefs, everybody. It's not pushing against, it's being okay with it and starting a new swing. Now, there is a highest vibrational self that you truly are. And when you unlock that energy within, you are suddenly free from all the pendulums. You are free from all the limitations, all the beliefs. And I actually have an Unlocking Your Highest Vibrational Self course tagged below that walks you step by step through releasing all your expectations, stories, and beliefs, tuning into fifth dimensional mechanics, which will help you to perceive and experience reality from the highest perspective that you're able to access in this planet right now. And this will enable you to experience life in a much more malleable and dreamlike fashion. It is the most powerful content that I've ever made. I've had multiple people reflect this to me now, and I'm very excited to have that for you guys below. So thanks so much for checking that out. Thank you also for taking a moment to like this video if you liked it, and subscribing also. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you for the next video. Thanks a lot.